All right, welcome back to another Beatles reaction. I've been contemplating if I should do the earlier albums, and you know what? I decided, screw it. Let's just do it. Might as well do their entire discography. So we're going all the way back here to the first Beatles album, which is Please Please Me. This came out in 1963. Just some context for those of you that maybe haven't seen the other Beatles reactions. I've heard from Rubber Soul up until Abbey Road, I think. Yeah. So I've heard all those albums. I haven't heard any of the albums before, so what I'm going to be doing now is all these ones before Rubber Soul. And then after that, I'm going to be doing a Beatles ranked, where I rank all the albums from worst to best. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below. And we're going to hop into the first track, which is I Saw Her Standing There.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, God. Oh, you know it's 1963. She was just 17, guys. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, it's kind of exactly what I expected. Kind of got this Beach Boys-y, kind of Elvis-y kind of vibe to it. Oh, this first lyric. She was just 17, if you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another when I saw her standing there? I know if I critique this first verse, I know Beatles fans are just going to be like, oh, Gen Z is so quick to be offended nowadays. But like, it's a different time, I guess. It was a different time. The sound of the track itself was fine, I guess. Nothing too impressive. Next track is Misery.
I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. It's gonna be a drag, misery.
Okay, that was interesting. I like that. Short track, under 2 minutes, really simple, straight to the point. I think I actually like that one a little bit more. I didn't expect this, but like obviously nothing on the caliber of something like Magical Mystery Tour or Sgt. Pepper's or Revolver. But yeah, I'm gonna try and enjoy this just for what it is. And so far it seems like it's just some catchy little ditties, okay?
Anna, you come and ask me, girl.
I like the guitar on this one. It's a good lick. Ooh, I like this. John is just singing his heart out here.
Just one more thing, girl.
I love how, like, I don't know, like, I feel like you'd expect the vocals on this track to be a little bit more dry, but they got so much reverb on them.
But let me tell you now that every girl I've ever had go with him.
Yeah, that was good. That's my favorite so far. Really love that vocal performance from John. A lot of passion behind it, very emotive. Really cool guitar licks, really cool. It's just cool also hearing, like, you can just still feel like the spirit of the Beatles in this, even if it's a little bit more dumbed down, a little bit more basic, a little bit more of the time, I guess. They're not really pushing any boundaries here. It's still, I don't know, you can still kind of just feel their style of songwriting coming through, even in this more kind of basic context. That was good. I like that. Let's keep going. Chains is next. Ooh, cool harmonica.
Whoa, these chains of love got a hold on me. I wanna tell you, pretty baby, I think you'll find.
I love the writing here. It's really like, it really paints this picture and like makes me ask, what are these chains, you know?
Chains of love.
Hey, another good one. I kind of went into this with kind of hater attitude. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the first two tracks actually just weren't that good, but these last two I kind of like. They're kind of fire. It says this is a cover of a song by the Cookies. Okay, so there's 6 covers on this album. I like this writing a lot. Just like, again, these chains holding him back. that isn't like super descript, and there's kind of an air of mystery around it, you know, like what are these chains, you know? It's something I said in the first Beatles reactions in like Rubber Soul too. Like, I don't know, there's something about this early Beatles stuff that's like a lot more abrasive, and I mean that in the best way possible, than I expect. I don't know, it's just not as clean as you would expect it to sound for something that was so popular and for something that was so like just mainstream at the time, you know? And not saying that being mainstream is necessarily a bad thing, but what we associate mainstream now with is like a super clean sound, right? But I just love how dirty everything sounds here. It's really cool. Next track is Boys. Let's talk about some boys. Like fully going into this goofy doo-wop sound. I kind of love it though. Bop shoo up, bop shoo up, bop shoo up. Look at the Beatles, man. Look at the Beatles being super progressive at the time. Apparently this is a song, so this is another cover. Apparently the original was written by, from the original Shirelles. Is that how you say that? Shirelles? The Shirelles, a girl band. Talking about boys, but the boys, the Beatle Boys, are not too insecure to just sing these lyrics themselves, which I love. I like this. What is happening? This album's kind of good. There's something about the simplicity of this that I love. Like, I'm just enjoying this in like the fact that it just feels so raw and authentic and honest for some reason. Like, even though it's not nearly their most sonically interesting album, there's something about it that just feels so so charming and earnest.
I love you, 'cause you tell me things I want to know. Should never, never, never be blue.
That's so good, actually. What the heck?
I can't believe, and it's true.
Whoa, that was beautiful. There's some real like heart put into that. Like, yeah, it feels, I don't know, everything about that track feels like it should be kind of cheesy, and it kind of is, but also I felt it at the same time. Like, there was a lot of heart and soul put into that. Really good melodies, and just, I love how the songwriting just flowed so naturally and so perfectly. Like, each section felt so distinct, but it all like melded together in a really like seamless way. The thing is, like, I'm one of those people that like, I'm just like conditioned to think that not all of a band's albums are gonna be good, right? Maybe the Beatles are one of the few exceptions to where like actually every single one of their albums are good, but just in different ways. Oh. I love how massive that harmonica feels too. In general, this track is so boomy and like roomy. Oh! Yes! I love the boom, boom at the end there. That was so good. It's a banger. Let's keep going. Love Me Do. There's that harmonica again. Is Bob Dylan on this record? What's happening?
Love me do. You know I love you. Love me do. Oh, love me do. Someone to love. Someone like you.
I love the snare and like tambourine combo. This is kind of good, guys. I like the harmonica. It's fun. It's fun to sing along to. Easy on the ears. I know I'm beating a dead horse with this point, but easy on the ears while also not feeling too clean or touched up, you know? Like, that harmonica has some roughness to it that keeps it interesting. Next track is P.S. I Love You. Do you?
As I write this letter,
What an off-kilter way to start.
treasure these few words till we're together. You, be in love with you. I love you.
Oh, that was a sweet little track. You know, I was thinking during this track, like, this isn't directly connecting to me, but I feel like I'm getting that emotional connection through just thinking about like people when this first came out in 1963. Like, I don't know, like this is someone's favorite song, you know, like this has got to be someone's favorite song. And they friggin', yeah, they showed it to the person they're in love with, and they just share this connection over this song. And it's like, I don't know, it sounds cheesy, but I was just like getting, I don't know, I feel like that's where the emotional connection is coming with a lot of this music, is putting myself in the shoes of someone hearing this for the first time and just like falling in love with it, you know? So those are my thoughts on that one. Weird thoughts to have on that, I guess. I don't know. Another cover of a Shirelles song.
It's not the way you smile that touched my heart, baby, it's you.
This is really hitting a soft spot for me. I don't know why.
Don't leave me all alone.
You know, I feel like I'm realizing why these songs are hitting such a soft spot for me. It's because they're so sincere and just truthful, and like I feel like a lot of just social media and a lot of art nowadays is just so like self-conscious and so kind of ironic, and it just kind of lacks a sense of like honesty and just being authentic. And this, even though, yeah, you can call it cheesy, you can call it kind of kitschy and whatever, it's just like, it's unapologetically truthful. I don't know, it's kind of just refreshing to hear this right now. It might just be the mood I'm in. Maybe I'm just like hopelessly lonely right now. I need to feel like I have some sort of connection, and maybe I'm feeling that connection vicariously through imagining people in love listening to this music. I don't know.
You'll never know how much I really love you. Listen.
Woo!
You want to know a secret?
Nice staccato like guitar performance there.
Whoa,
Oh, it's good.
I'm in love with you. Ooh,
Oh my god, this is my favorite like instrumental so far. Beautiful vocals there. Let's keep going. I love that. That was great. I love the guitar on that one.
a taste of honey, tasting much sweeter. I dream on your first kiss, and then
That's good. This is definitely the most like abstract, I guess, and like imagery heavy and like technically, I guess, interesting track so far. Wow, ending on that, resolving to that major chord after the entire track is in this kind of minor, kind of spooky mood, I guess. I really like that. That feels like something that could really just be on one of their later albums, maybe with a little bit more lush production and just a little bit more experimentation on that side of things. But like the structure of the track itself feels like something that could be in one of those later albums. For that reason, kind of feels like a little bit of an outlier on this track list, but still enjoyable for me. Next track, we only got two more. This is another thing. This album's just kind of flying by. It's another positive for it. Next track is There's a Place.
When I feel low, when I feel blue, go round my head. Don't you know that it's so there, and it's my mind.
Nice kick there. Interesting hearing this much harmonica. I feel like it's an instrument they don't really use in any of the other albums that I've heard from them. That track was all right. It's not one of the highest points on here. Let's keep going on to the last track, which is Twist and Shout. That sounds like such a familiar title. I've probably heard this. It's got so many streams. I can kind of vaguely hear what this sounds like in my head, so we'll see. Yeah. Do-do-do-do, baby. That's a crazy vocal performance, actually. There's so much rasp to it. Wow. Oh. really good. For a song that feels like it's... I don't know why, it just feels like it's a song built for, like, moms for some reason. I don't know why. My brain goes to, like, moms in, like, a Zumba class or something. Is that what it's called? Zumba? I'm gonna get so much heat for saying this. Zumba, yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of a banger, though. And it's kind of so cool how, like, harsh it is and how raspy that vocal performance is. It feels like it shouldn't be this, like, harsh on the ears, you know? And I mean that in a good way. Like, this feels like a track that should be really cleaned up. And it should feel very palatable for the wide majority of people, right? And I guess it probably was, because it's freaking such a popular song. But it's just funny how the Beatles put, like, their own, like, kind of harsh spin on it. The thing is also, too, this probably didn't sound harsh to people at the time. The only reason it sounds harsh now is because a song that would be this popular now would sound so much more cleaned up. There you go. There's Twist and Shout, and there is Please Please Me by the Beatles. An album that I kind of went into expecting something kind of disappointing and really boring, but an album that quickly won me over just for how authentic and sincere it was. And you still got a lot of, like, interesting musical ideas and, like, cool mixes, some cool harmonica moments, some really good writing at points, and just an overall sense of, again, sincerity that felt really refreshing. The thing is, it feels like now, looking back at it, it feels like it's leaning into the cheesiness, but at the time, they probably didn't even think of this as cheesy, right? They're just being... This is just the sound at the time. We're kind of really pleasantly surprised with this album. And I'm actually excited to check out the rest of these early albums now. The next one we're going to be doing is with the Beatles, which came out in the same year. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Any insights you have, make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.